Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines here in Town. Guys, last episode we implemented in the first little section of our monorail system, which spans from one airport to the other, one side of the city to the other. And already it's been a great success because you can already see the amount of people traveling on it, getting to and from areas. It's pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool if you ask me. Now today, I want to get in the final type of industry. We had it before, we got rid of it so we could relocate it, and that is the oil fields, or the oil well, or the oil industry, whatever you want to call it. Once we got that in, you know all the factories that kind of produce the kind of luxury goods from these industries, we can again get them all in, because we're then producing everything that is needed for those factories to run, which is going to be pretty damn sweet. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more and the series to continue as we completely build up Town, then let me know in the comment section down below. But the saying, Town is looking mighty fine these days, guys. It's looking mighty fine these days. Just look at it. It looks so freaking beastie. Damn, boy. Damn. So where's the oil industry going then? So if you haven't noticed, I've mentioned it a few times, we're kind of pulling it over all these little hills and bumps. But if you look at them, there is quite a few hills and bumps that we're going to be looking at here. So we're going to make sure it looks natural, that the roads flow perfectly, and that we can kind of we're going to fill it in like the kind of valley gap there, and just have all the mountains surround it. It would be pretty cool. Now I've been thinking there could be two entrances for this. So we could take advantage of this kind of whole turning point here. We might need to upgrade this road to handle more traffic, but this could come up and then bend down, go through the gap here that filters into that area. That could be the main route, and also if needs must, we could also look at connecting this up to it as it passes. There's quite cool things, a few things that we can kind of do to it, but we'll just kind of see how it ultimately goes. So I think first then we need to kind of work out how we want the road to flow. And what I'm going to do is, because we're probably going to see quite a bit of traffic, we'll use these big 6-lane roads. Meaning I might have to upgrade this to 6-lane road and do some like lane management. But if I just do the important pieces of road to begin with first. Let's say that kind of runs through. There we go. So that's the important road that kind of cuts through the valleys, which looks really, really nice. How steep is this? So you can see it kind of bumps up, and then the entry point is there. So if we had that road cut across like that, and then with the magic of bends, we could get that all in. And let's see how far this would go. Where is the point? There it is. So that road kind of just comes up and bends around. We got room for all other stuff either side. I don't know what we'll replace in, but the possibility is there. I won't connect this road just yet. I want to see how the traffic does flow. But we kind of need to upgrade this road. But we'll come back to that in just a moment, because we still need to get this going. So we've got to create this industry. Now I'm going to probably hook up the road first. And we're on the industry. So it's going to come in. Oh, let's take that off. Let's see. Now we'll have, I'm trying to think what the best option for it is. Well, first things first, we need to make sure there is enough oil in this area. So up our brush size, we got to drop a bunch of oil down. So we just kind of put the oils in the pockets of the valley, which is pretty cool. I like that. Pockets in the oil of the valley. Pockets in the valley of the oil. No. Oil in the pocket. Pockets of oil in the valley. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You know what I'm trying to say. So we kind of want to do it like we've done the ore industry and the farming industry. We have these designated areas for it. So we're going to have this road. And we'll have it. It's going to cut through there. Like that. And then it will cut up here. Like this. So we'll create some nice bends on it now. And then, oh, that's way too far away, isn't it? So, would it bend fine? Yeah, okay. So it's a nice little kind of right-left that we do. And this is where it all begins. This is where it now all begins. So off this then, we'll do these 2-lane roads. Well, the 4-lane roads. Are they called 4-lane roads? Yes. Yes, they are. And we'll bring this one down to here. And then we'll stick this one out to there. So we can play off all of this. So what we need first then is where all the oil producing manufacturing sections are. And we're going to have this on this side and up here. We'll have a little bit of storage over here and the processing and stuff over there. And then we need to connect the trains up as well so we can have a really good export section for it. And we also need to set up as well the kind of head office and the workers area. So let's go to the small industry roads. Now, where would be cool for this? For the little housing section. So we're going to make the kind of the train tracks come along here and the export be down here, which would be a pretty beastly thing to add in. So I think we'll set their worker area up probably over this side. So let's make this road actually go a little bit further up. Just to there. And then off this, I'll create... Oh, is that too steep? Oh yeah, I didn't realise we're on such a big steep hill there. Steep incline. Alright, let's go up by 1. There we go. And then we'll create... How many did I go across by? What was that? 30. So it's 30. Yeah, 30 is 3 of them. I always forget it's 10 across. So that will be our little loop at the end there before we have our main offices in. Or buildings in. And we kind of need that in first to zone the area. So oil. We need the main industry building. Which the slope is a little bit too steep, but that's fine because we can just drop it there. We also have the worker barracks. Which I didn't realize how steep. Oh, it's not industry area, that's why. Okay, right, let's paint the industry area. So it's called Lilac Oil Products, which is actually quite a cool name for it, isn't it? Right, we'll make this nice and big. We'll kind of buff it around the whole oil pattern. As if they've claimed all the land where the oil is being held. There we go. So that's all in. We'll now drop down. Where is the industry? The worker barracks is then. Do one there, there. And what else is there? These are the maintenance buildings? Yeah. So we drop down 2 maintenance buildings. There we go. And the rest is all oil pumps and stuff like that. So that's the main little section there. We'll hook it up with water and power eventually. So don't worry about that. So let's come off this road then. So I'm thinking the way in which the cars travel along. Because they come down on the right side. So that's, I kind of want the traffic to flow in here, down there, up, round, then up, in, down. You know, that kind of motion and pattern. So with this now, we're going to do a bunch of one-way roads. So this comes down as a one-way road now to about here. We'll set one up just here as well, coming down to a one-way road where they get connected. And then this one's going to have to kind of go back. So it cuts in that way. So is that by 2? How many is that by? That's by 20 by 2, yeah. So that's by 20 as well. Now I could just make it go straight down and it hooks it all back up. But I want a few more oil lanes, if that makes any sense. So we bring this up a little bit more to there. So 1-lane roads, again, it's just to ease and keep up the flow of traffic and nothing gets like kind of backlogged and congested. Now off these 1-way roads, these bits that stick out, they will be 2-lane roads. So you can kind of come up and turn around them. to be a bit more user or driver friendly. And we actually have a little bit more of a kind of a area up here to go to, don't we? So we'll go up a... Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? Big time. Big time! So bring that up to there. And then cut the one-way road back in. We're going to try and maximize the amount of oil stuff we can place down. So that is the kind of grid there for all the oil fields, which is pretty dope because it's all going to come in by these two roads and it all filters out this way. So then as you come down here, you're always making that turn, freeing up the traffic to go straight down. Now I could do it also, you know, some stuff in this area. I might put some storage in this area as it kind of pushes up and filters down this way. Might be a good shout. Yeah, that would be perfect. Okay. So as you come here, you can either choose to go straight down there if you wanted to. But if you're taking the product straight to storage, let's say we snap it that way and go straight across. And then here, going straight across. And this will also filter in. So that one will go straight down. And again, you can then choose to make that turn and cut into any other places that we've kind of got set up. Or this one that kind of filters a little bit further down. Now these will be connected, because you just never know in which direction they want to go in. So you can either come down there, go straight down, or do another turn, which brings you back in here to the processing industry. So let me just get this set up first then. So that is going to filter out. That road is also going to filter out. And then we connect these up. So that's the only inlet road there. We need to be careful how high we're now approaching this hill, this mountain area. So we'll kind of build up to here, bring it down. There we go. Creating these like small little industry parks now as well. And of course we could always bring that up and further over, but I kind of want to sort this out. So sticks on that side, it kind of bends round and goes round. So it's probably worth also making it go this way too. Well, straight up. Bring that down. Hold on, I want it to connect to that really. So, you know, we could have some industry buildings here that kind of filter down here and go back down that way. And then we'll cut these in. Okay, so, will this work? There's only one way to find out. There's literally only one way to find out. We'll create now some little spiraling out sections, which creates the kind of turning points to various areas. Right, we'll drop one in here as well. And we'll throw one down just there. So bringing that up. Okay. So that kind of spirals all out just nice. We'll cut through that there. And then that should be the perfect layout. In my mind, I've got it down, the perfect layout. So we should now start placing down some of this stuff. So let's go back to the industry. And let's start with the oil wells then. So what do we have in total? We have a small pump, a large pump, which is 8,000. We have an oil kind of small drilling rig, which is 6,000. This large drilling rig does 9,600. We have the offshore plantation. Okay, so it's this one here is the biggest one that produces oil. or creates the oil, if that made any sense. So I drop on there, 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 there. So we're going to do it on all the sticky out bits first. And how does that look? So we've got a first set of plants lying down right now. And we'll kind of filter them to do like different types as well. So let's get some more of these big boys down. So the kind of aim is to try and keep them off the intersections to keep that traffic flowing a little bit. If that would be possible, I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see. Also, our production should be fairly high. So let's switch down to these smaller ones then. And where else do we have gaps? We've got a nice little gap up here. Right, where am I now with this? Then we have these a little bit larger. And how is this now looking? Ooh. So you don't want to go too crazy, because you know when you do see like an oil field or kind of industry from a distance, they're not all bunched together, they're spread out over like a really large area. I mean, this is pretty cool. And then we'll just get one or two more in various spots. How does that look? There we go. Looks a little bit more natural, doesn't it, as they kind of filter across the land. Okay, so then we have, these are the production buildings, which this one produces it into petroleum. That produces it into special good. What's it say? Produces. Okay, so that produces it into petrochemical something or other. That's petroleum. That's the chemical stuff. These are the oil tanks. What's this? Oh, that's where we store all the oil. So this one has the biggest kind of capacity here. This big storage building. So we could get a couple of these down. You know, the more the merrier. The more we have, the more we can store, which is pretty beasty. And then this is where all the production buildings take place then. So we want the big ones that produce the most, which is going to be this one and this one. So the waste oil refining plant and the napcha cracker plant. Is that what it's called? That's a weird name, isn't it? So let's try and place these down then. So let's get one there, one there. Place down one here, and one filter, one over there, and one over there. So then we have these ones that produce the kind of petroleum. So where can I squeeze these in? They're actually smaller than I thought they would be, those buildings, to be honest. Alright, let's place them in every so often. Where else would be a good shout from? Up here, right? Okay, then next we've got these chemical plants over here. Which, everything that produces the chemical stuff is actually a really, really large building, isn't it? This next one, which is again small. So how does that look then? It's a pretty good industry. It is a pretty good industry. I don't know how much more kind of industry building we're going to need. We'll kind of keep it like that for now, just to keep the make sure the traffic does flow. We have to make sure that they've all got water. So get ready for the world's best piping job. There we go. hook these guys up with some power. Okay, well, not power, sorry, water. They'll have water now, but we still need to hook them up with power. Now, power's going to be a weird issue because everything is so spread out and all over the place. So why don't we try and combine stuff like these wind turbines? So place a couple on the hill. That will power a few there. And try and use them to power not the whole industry, but to power quite a bit of it. Because we're so far out of the way right now, it's like, because it's so far, you know, away from town, it's like the electricity infrastructure is not great. So we're using stuff like wind turbines to kind of be eco-friendly and whatnot, because we are drilling for oil at the end of the day. And then whatever's not in or not connected to the power, that's when we can do just simple stuff like oh, we're already getting trucks and stuff going through this, which is pretty good to see. Okay, what's not connected to power? So these guys here are, which they now will be. And we need to connect these guys too. So let's do the odd wind turbine in between. This actually looks really nice. It's quite dominating as you're coming down that highway. And like from a distance, and you see, it's like you're coming up and you're going, oh my goodness me, look at all those wind turbines. What is over this bump? And then you get up to it and you go, damn, there's so much oil fields going for days right now. It is kind of crazy. Okay, right. So they're going to complain a lot about there's not enough products and whatnot because we haven't got any of it produced yet or placed in. They're all going to drop everything off in the kind of factories and stuff right now. We need to do like some general stuff like housekeeping, like a little bit of garbage disposal. So we can drop a little bit of garbage disposal. Going to need a small fire station and police station as well. That can handle the needs of the areas. And we kind of see how that goes. Now, the only main bit of kind of transport to it is here, the road at the moment. And it's going to be very, very heavily populated. So we kind of need to sort this out. Now, we have a firehouse, police station, crematorium, and a recycling centre. I'm going to delete these for now. I'll put them back down. But I really needed to upgrade this road and then sort out some lane dictation. So we'll go for the nice one. We'll upgrade it now. Right, and this is where it gets a little bit smart right now. This is going to be quite cool. So this here, we're going to allow these lanes to kind of go to any one. Well, from these points anyway. And as you're going along, each lane, once you pick your lane, you are then stuck in it until your turn off. Now, the reason for this is so I can keep the traffic flowing because we might see a lot of heavy traffic here. So once you're stuck in your lane, if you want to make that turn there, you go straight on. Else, you stick in these lanes. There you go. So if you want to make any right turn along this road, you have to remain in the right lane the whole time. That is literally how it works. If you want to go left, you have to remain in the left lane the whole time. If you're going straight on, you remain in the middle lane the whole time. That is how it's going to work to keep the traffic flowing. Right, boom. Boom. So it might take a little bit of time, but this little fine-tuning on this road here leading up. Well, yeah, just on that one. Well, just make the road flow so much easier. So straight on. And then left. So that is the main kind of road there. Everything after that point is up for grabs. So we can kind of almost semi-leave it like that. And see how the traffic flows. Take off the traffic lights there. Make sure there's none there. Okay, right. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes then. So you might see a load of different lane suggestions right now as it tries to flow. And it might be worth doing something here. Or making that go underneath, I don't know. We'll kind of see how it plays out. But it should flow fairly fine once everyone picks their lanes. Or it could be worth dropping a roundabout on there. This is one of those things, we just kind of have to see how it goes. So vehicles are making their way down right now. We need to create an export area because these guys will just drive to the nearest one, which is kind of miles away for them at the moment. Oh, this one's not connected. There we go. Oh, these guys aren't connected either. It's not the most efficient way, but it works. So they're coming down here. Now this is the cool part. So we could do a little export area here. So when they come to this point, what it simply does, it goes up. Because we're creating that square. Now we could bridge it up to this point. And this is the cool thing. We're going to use this ramp here to bring it across. To there. So that goes down. And if I can do this. There we go. Let's delete a bit here. So, if you're coming off from the export area, if you come down this road, we'll set it up for, you can only choose one of these 3 lanes. And obviously if you're going this way, you can only choose one of these 3 lanes. Just to simply keep the traffic flowing. So we turn off traffic lights in those spots. And that will keep the traffic flowing when they get exported. Which is actually going to be pretty cool to see. And then we need a little cargo terminal tracky train thing. Boom. So it is underground there, but we're going to bring it down from this. Or we could just actually make it come from outside, or, you know, of the... Because where does it run? It runs underneath there, doesn't it? Would be a good shout. Let's try. Why does it do that? I don't know why, because it freaking annoys me. There we go. Alright, what's that done now? It's like, why? Why come out of here and then go underneath here? It makes no sense, does it? So why don't we just... That comes at that point and goes in. Because it's not that bad. Okay, so... Can this go straight without causing any issues? Yes. So up to this point. Create a nice little bend. And hopefully that works well. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. We'll see how well it starts to export stuff. So we're waiting for a lot of vehicles to make their move. They're only up to this point right now. Into kind of getting the goods to the factories and stuff. So it'll take some time, because what they normally do is they normally fill up all the storage, and then once the storage is filled up and stuff like that, then they'll start taking it to where it needs to go. Trucks and stuff are now on their way down, looking pretty good. Whilst the traffic light down here seems to flow pretty nice. Might need to drop a roundabout on this at some point. But it's on a really big slopey hill though. So that's the problem we can have facing with that. But we're just going to say it flows. Now it's taken them so long to drive down this really, really long road. Why are they stopping here? Oh, it's because that's is like literally just after it, isn't it? Right, okay. Let me pause. What we'll do is connect it straight up like that. We'll obviously choose to where you can only go that way. And then they shouldn't stop them. It's because they're thinking there's like a whole nother junction. Ooh, look how weird that looks now. There we go. Flows good. So yeah, the other way in which we can solve the ridiculous time it takes to drive down there is also connect this road up. Now it doesn't mean it won't stop them driving down here, because it's a really good connection to the edge of the map. This here to drive up. So this is just for the people who are coming from this way, who are driving up all the way up here at the moment, because you can see there's quite a few of them. You know, driving up and whatnot. There you go, making their way up. So it'd be worth connecting this up too. So let's get this then. So let's try and set it up. I'm trying to see where a good cut through would be. About here. So if that was cut there. And we did something like that, but obviously it's your boy and we want a nice little bend. There we go. Same for this as well. It's not the greatest. So at what point... Oh, we'll just bend it here. Create a small little bend. Has it put traffic lights on? Yes, it has. Get rid of those. There we go. So it creates this big whole little area here. Not too sure what to do with it. So let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think I should do with it. And then, so hopefully these buildings will start producing soon. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Some of these roads are the wrong way round. Wait, are they the wrong way round? No, you all come in this way, and that will kind of go up to filter back down and in. Yeah, so they've got to come up here. So the first few trucks now are kind of, well, the bulk of them are making their way into this area. So it's kind of like just having to play the waiting game. Oh, we got some huge backlogs over here. Is it because of these guys? It's because of what's going on down here, isn't it? So maybe I move these. So just move these from here, because I can see what the issue is. It's understandable. Because I come back, you know, if you have it on one side of the road, at least the other side of the road is free to move along. So we have traffic lights here, which we need to remove. Let them flow. Let's just sort everything out. Let's kind of also funnel this. So let's pause it in. So doesn't matter where you are in here, you're going to funnel into that lane. If you're going this way, you're going to funnel into that lane. No questions asked. Well, you know. No one can moan. So once you come here then, you're going to make that turn, or you're going to go straight on and make that turn. So let's see how this now kind of, or what it does to this. So it's going to make all these flow, no problemos. And then we just have, not the slight issue of this, but again, it's just a bulk of the traffic goes then to them storage buildings there, which we kind of need it to die down a little bit. So yeah, get rid of traffic lights here. Get ready for lane management if we need it. So let's say that, yeah, this lane will be for that right turn only, and this will go straight up and turn there. So get that traffic flowing, boy. So it's kind of died down here. It's now bringing the bulk of this up. Just got to wait for this to kind of funnel and sort its way out, or through. And then your boy's rocking and going to roll in. So that should now start moving. Pretty good. Starting to flow beautifully. Beautifully! So we just gotta wait for it to keep it going. Right, it's just one of those things, only time will kind of make it sort itself out. And we should probably turn this here, hold on, into a one lane. Is that a one? It's not a one lane road, this, is it? Going in that direction. We can probably get rid of this one now. So anyone going to here, to there, has to filter out and go out that way. Which is slowly going to move the backlog. So it's all about just fine-tuning this whole area now. Getting rid of traffic lights where they're needed. And everything funneling just nicely. And then drop in, once we know where the bulk of the traffic is kind of heading, that's when you kind of plan like certain stuff, like small little roundabouts and whatnot. So I'm thinking rather than have this here, right, what's this road like? So rather than have that little outlet road there, or there, we just don't have the outlet roads there. And then we filter the roads out, like here. If obviously you're going out this way. So you do something like this. And then we'll set up the actual things. And then that goes up to there. So it filters out in the ways that you want it to go out. So if you're filtering out this way, you can only use it to go out that way. And obviously, but if you want to go the opposite way, this is, you know, you choose to filter out here. Which this only filters out that way. And you know what, we'll probably let them go there. Just in case they want to, you know, turn into that way or whatnot. The option is there. But it'll kind of take a little bit of the edge off this whole little area and junction. So these are also trying to get out of this way to filter out there. So we'll kind of see how it goes, how it flows. Because they're trying to cross the road. So that's all one way. So we could change it, because this is the road they're going to use to filter out. And we want this one to use this road to filter upwards. It's probably best for us to do it like this. So bring in that. Or should I say, bringing it round. And connect it like that. And then do the same for this. We'll connect this up to it. Oh, it's gone under. Why can't I get to it now? There we go. We'll get rid of this quickly. So all this literally does is allow you to go out there. So if you did want to come into here and then filter out to go back up that way, we kind of need to sort something out for those guys, don't we? So they're coming down up to this point. how would we filter those in? Well, we could upgrade this to the two-lane road, two-way road. Just create a small little loop around. And then this road here, which we should probably move these off it. Just to over there. This does the opposite. This comes up to there. And filters down that way. Again, it's just trying to ease the flow of traffic, because we're going to have a lot of traffic in these areas. So it's all about the fine-tune, guys. It's literally all about the fine-tuning. I like it. Right, so they should filter nicely. Oh, get rid of traffic lights off that. So they flow as well. And obviously if these guys want to go up that way, because that doesn't do it, they come off of this route here, which is fine. We ain't got to filter that to do anything anyway. Right, these don't have power. They do now. There we go. So we'll just see how that goes over time, because obviously when you solve one issue, it might lead to another issue. So I can see the other issue we've got right now is the fact that we've only got one outlet road. That is now very, very apparent in this whole situation we've got going down right now. So we kind of need to create another outlet road for these guys here. So they're working very well with the one lane road. So I'm thinking we should actually switch that out a little bit to a two-laner. We created it there. So you can go two ways that way. Okay, we're going to snap up to there. So what this will then do is just like all the other areas. So I could actually make it go up and over and down. What's the issue over here we're having? Oh, it's because there's traffic lights there. So it's all filtering that way. But not everybody wants to kind of go that way, if that makes sense. So this is for the road that people who want to do the left turn as well, which is pretty handy. So we'll see how that dies down in traffic, but I can see the build up over here. So traffic lights, be gone. And then it could be the simple toggle of traffic lights, turning them off, which enables the flow a little bit more. You know, sometimes it's something as simple as that. That kind of helps us out. So yeah, some of them are using this, which there's traffic lights here. Kill that off. And then I'm thinking it probably is beneficial to stick a roundabout here. Only a small one. So we're going to have to get rid of a little bit more of this. Okay, upgrade this to the highway. And we have to try to do some magic right now. I love this is the part that, you know, I love and hate. So up to there. Up to there with that. To there. Right, and we'll choose... If I can get away with the two-lane highway, we'll see. I mean, it seems to be going okay so far. Okay, maybe not. And it's really going to change the shape of this whole junction. Apparently space is already occupied. In what way? Right, we'll kind of do some adjustments ourselves. Right, looks a bit weird. Don't worry, we can rectify that. It's all about trying to get these connections on. If this doesn't work out, we're going to go for the bigger version of the roundabout. Alright, it looks so ugly, doesn't it? Right, we'll put it into play mode and just see how it kind of flows. There's a few more adjustments that I really want to do to this. But it seems to be flowing. It seems to be flowing. You can't argue about that. But it's not amazing, is it? It's not amazing. Right, let's stop and delete this. Because I'm finding that a shambles. How big is the big one? The big one's very big. I mean, it'll give us all the room we need. Let's kind of bring that back a bit. Let's delete that for a second. Delete a bit more. Oh, is that because of this? Yes. Right. Boom. So with it being a lot bigger, just makes things a little bit easier to work around now. So we can have that come off there. Oh wait, no. I've got to make it stick out first, haven't I? There we go. And then we've got to do a lot of lane kind of adjustments. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that is the basic structure first. Let me get the lane adjustments in. We'll put it into play mode so the traffic can sort itself out. But this can't go down there. Is what we're trying to set up and get sorted. That can't go that way. Oh, it's this one here. And this one here. So where we'll see backlogs now with this here, we kind of have to free the traffic up. Right, and that's more free than before. So let's do the kind of other road connection that we now deleted. So this is when we created also... so rather than connecting it straight up, I could do something like this, because it's a one-way road anyway. Right, straight down to that. Which is sweet. Just gets them straight off the roundabout and going straight down. Sweet, mate. Right, we need to connect these guys up then. So this is going to be the weird one. Just because of how it's going to function. So let me see if I can get this up and over. And then I want that to kind of go in. It's a terrible connection here. Alright, and then get rid of the traffic light situation. And then we'll see how that goes in. So it will solve some things. It won't solve every issue. So the other issues we got here right now is this here. So what I could do is just for this only is when it comes across, it's going to bridge over just to keep that all free and flowing, and then they can come off it this side and filter on if they really need to. But that might cause some issues for this whole connection here at that point as well then. So it's probably worth me not actually having that as the outlet there for this, if that makes sense. So we'll see how the traffic now kind of flows. They could be using this as the roundabout, couldn't they, when they're filtering off there? So we need to add. We definitely need to add something in. It's just what though, isn't it? Right, if we do that then, and just get rid of traffic lights there, we'll see how that flows. So little fine tunes here and there solve some issues, doesn't solve everything. We've got big problems with this as well, the amount of vehicles trying to turn into that area. So this is where we say to ourselves, okay, right, we need to slightly think about how we're approaching this whole section here. So we either not have those over there, or have them, so like separate them, have them a bit further up. So for example, if we move this one to there, move this one to there, and that kind of eases some of the traffic, but not all of it. And then see how that plays out. Seems to be kind of okay over here until you get to this point. And it's all trying to go this way, which is the interesting part. So we could have some of the pre-filtered stuff like that, and see how that kind of plays out. Because if it's already filtered into there rather than building up this little traffic situation scenario, that could be pretty sweet for us. See, look how much the traffic's now starting to die down. It's just waiting to get the vehicles out of the area. That's kind of what we're doing now. It's just one of those waiting games, isn't it? It's literally just one of those waiting games as we just watch the traffic trying to sort itself out. Alright, we've got a big window here of traffic now able to move. Right, they're filtering down to there. So everyone that filters down to here is not using this outlet. So we'll see how much of it then updates and changes as time goes on. So it's... Oh, okay, we've actually pretty much nailed some of this. As now some of the storage has been moved. Let's place that over there where it's a little bit more connected to the electricity grid. So that's going to die down as it all disappears. But it's this here we're now finding the issue with. So this is where we probably want to, you know, originally do this idea. Where this does filter up and out in that direction. But here, if we bring it up, like that. That's why we do this original idea. So we say to this that, ooh, if I can get underneath, that connection only goes out to there, and this only goes to that one. And to try and save the traffic issue, Fit all that to that one, and then do the same on here. I didn't think of it like that. But now my eyes are open. Oh. Okay, so that's filtered onto the one, and then these here get filtered down to there. So the traffic flows beautifully. Now it's probably worth at this point upgrading this. So yeah, that's exactly how I want it to go. And then we do stuff like this, like that only filters that way, that only filters that way, that to there, that to there. So they're sorting their lanes out before they get to the approach. Which, get rid of traffic lights because they're not needed there. Get rid of traffic lights because they're not needed there. That should enable us to have a decent amount of flow. Which, as long as we see the vehicles moving along, we're happy. What seems to be the issue over here? Are they trying to turn in? Okay, so they shouldn't have any issues merging. These ones are moving perfectly fine, which is good to see. Here we're having a slight little bit of backup. That's because the amount of vehicles coming down. There's not really much we can do about that, I'm afraid, is there? But we'll see how much of an issue. If it is a big issue, I can bring the road further back. But these are all merging and kind of setting themselves up pretty damn beautiful right now. So we're just waiting for more of it. Yeah, it's flowing. I mean, you can't be mad at what you're seeing right there. You can't be mad at that because it is flowing. It has its moments. It probably, you know, perfectly sort this out too, like this. So it goes there, and then these two merge this way. And that enables more of a flow then. Gets rid of the backlog. So it should be like constantly moving. Well, in my mind, that's how it works. In my mind. Okay, let's upgrade this. For a 2-laner. And then here. To make it filter. Just like that. Gets more vehicles moving along and through, doesn't it? So this is the main kind of exit area for this area here. So what if this whole area up here wasn't one-way system? Because there's no traffic whatsoever around here. So why is it like a dominant one-way system? That means we have to filter everything out this way. I actually don't know. Let's also kind of change that up too to a two-way. And once this kind of dies down a bit, we'll see how things kind of worked up over there. No other traffic issues apart from this one, but it is just trying to get vehicles in. So I'm thinking we kind of merge further back to get a bit more vehicles off this road. Then we can stay stuff like only that does that turn. So like get into lane almost. So that goes to those 2 lanes. That, there. That, there. Oh no, but you would want these guys here also able to go there. So, yeah. Right, no traffic lights. No, 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 no. Right, so they merge a lot earlier, so there's a longer drive down to get to there. Also, the lanes are now set up for, if you're in that right-hand lane, you are making that turn for the export area. So if you are waiting to go on straight, if you was in that line, it's now not possible. It's now not possible at all. We've got a little bit of back up here. But it's not a huge issue. We could always filter people in. Here. But don't have, or have that going straight. Kind of ease up on this junction there. Backlog's dying down a little bit. But oh, is it also worth? Because I just realised something. Having this a 2-way as well. Because if you come up to here, you can obviously go back and forth. That might be a good shout. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. It's just one of those things, you've got to fine-tune the whole area. You've literally got to fine-tune this whole area. As annoying as it will become, because it's very, you know, heavily dominated by vehicles and whatnot, has it made any 45,000 in profit? I mean, at this point, you kind of don't mind the traffic when it's making that much cash money moolah. You don't mind the traffic. That's actually quite a lot, isn't it? That is a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. Right, these guys don't have power. There we go. Wow. That's a lot, isn't it, man? It truly is a lot. The amount of vehicles as well, it's like you say, like at this point now you're thinking like, we might as well just have like a secondary export area. Like that one's good and all, but what if we had one, you know, over here as well? Damn, boy. That is kind of crazy. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it for here anyway, because it's getting on quite some time right now. We'll keep working on this. We might have another look in the next episode. If you guys want to give me some suggestions on improving it and like kind of, you know, making it flow a lot easier, let me know in the comments section down below. But we are going to have a lot of traffic over here. That is a given. It's probably my fault with the amount of storage facilities we have, because that also creates a lot of truck usage. But I don't know whether that is also, you know, going towards the amount of money this is now making. 61,000? What in the world is going on? So yeah, it's just, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. I might remove some of the storage buildings to enable the traffic flow a lot easier. This is totally worth upgrading as well, because the flow, the amount of traffic got coming in right now is ridiculous. But we now got the next industry in. It doesn't look beautiful just yet. Still a lot of work we need to do to it. Place a few trees down, a few rocks and whatnot. Just pretty much get it solid, mate. Absolutely solid. But the traffic's now dying down over here. So it's just like, it could be I just need the game to play for a good hour just to kind of filter the traffic through. The big issue we have at the moment is this. It's the only export area up here. So yeah, we might have to create a second one. I might redo this whole area here, because as good as it looks, it's not amazing. So we need to improve that. But we'll see in the next episode. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.